You're like, I hate fishing, but I love tuna fish in a can.
This is the B Team intro song. Ow, that was my foot.
Hey, I'm Riley, and I'm on the B team. These are my co-defendants here. This is Garrett and Million, and today I'm in beautiful state park at the Oregon coast with my entire company. Every year, we rent a campground, and we take all the people that work for us, about 30 of us, and we just go camping for about 4 days. We shut down the businesses, we shut down the shops in the middle of the week, and we just get away and have some fellowship. We thought it'd be important today to talk about burnout, avoiding burnout, planning how to keep yourself occupied with vacations and to get your mind off of tattooing and out of the office. If you know anything about working hard, and if you're a tattooer and you're successful, you work very, very hard. There is no off switch for you. If you do that, and you've done that before, you burn out. And you burn out by reaching what they call fatigue. Because once you're fatigued as a human being, you can't do anything but stop and rest. There's no clock that can reset you. It could take a month, it could take a week. I know guys that burned out once or twice tattooing because they went 20 days in a row tattooing, and they weren't normal again and functioning again for over a year because they never stopped to reset.
Well, right at this point, I'm kind of reaching a plateau where things are going okay. Finances are okay, business is okay, career is okay, everything's just okay. And then that stress is freaking me out.
Mm-hmm.
When the calm is set,
Yeah.
shit's about to hit the fan, so.
Burnout can do more than make you perform less as a tattooer. It can do more than throw off your artistic creativity. It can do more than ruin your household or divide you from your family members. What it does, it can make you paranoid, and it makes you start missing. It makes you weary of stopping. I know a lot of tattooers that are just gung-ho. These are hardcore street shop guys, and they get so conditioned to work so hard and to work these hours that when they're not, they're paranoid. They think that they're losing something. They think that they're losing money because they're not slaving away because they're so conditioned to it, man. When I see that, I was the same way for years. It wasn't until I reached a point of burnout that I couldn't come back from. I had to figure out a plan. To this day, I plan regularly off-scheduled work with activities somewhere. You guys know me. I'll get on a plane and go to Scotland right now. I don't care. Call me. I'll meet you in Las Vegas in 72 hours. I don't care. But when I do take that downtime, I went through this phase where I was like, I can't afford not to work. But once you reach the level of success in tattooing, you can't afford not to take the downtime. And when I coincided that with being able to make tax deductions out of it by semi-turning my leisure into business, by reconning guest spots in these faraway places that I go to, or looking for new artists for my shop. You don't have to entirely just turn your back and turn everything off and disappear to recuperate. You can still be working, you just can't be tattooing.
Just take a week once a year. Like you said earlier, Riley, you think you can't afford to do it, but sometimes you can't afford not to.
I vacation every single month. It's part of my budget for my business, and it's a good way to stay sane. And frankly, I need the tax deductions, and I need to do, for my position, I need to be networking not only with friends of mine in the business, but I need to be out there networking. And sometimes tattoo shows just won't do it. They just won't cut it. When I first started doing extensive vacations, like once a month, I went through this kind of guilt the first day or two of the vacation. I couldn't unwind. I was fearful of turning my back on the company and what's going on, and I got to check on it, and maybe I'll come back next week and it'll be destroyed. I don't know about you guys, but you may not know this, but early on when me and Aaron started our company, of course, we were struggling as a tattoo shop like all tattoo shops do. And we had a business partner. And we'd worked for about 2 months straight every day, and we needed a break, and we just simply wanted to get away for a weekend. And so we turned our back on the company for a weekend, and we only went like 60 miles away from home and took a weekend vacation. I wasn't gone 4 hours, and the tattoo shop was cleaned out, the bank account was cleaned out, and my business partner had taken everything. He'd already gotten a hold of the landlord and canceled the lease and destroyed the company in 4 hours after me leaving town. 4 hours. I know there's people watching this show right now that are going to go, yep, happened to me too. So turning your back on the company is not something that I take lightly, but I just had to get more trusted people to watch my stuff.
Everyone that comes here, I try to encourage them to only work a 4-day work week.
Yes,
they can do an office day or whatever on a 5th day, but I don't really want anyone working 7 days a week. I understand, finances and whatnot. Sometimes you have to, but I highly encourage just a 4-day work week. You do owe it to yourself, and you owe it to your clients to be fresh.
I've even gone so far as to just expand my convention time. So instead of for that 3-day convention, I'm taking up to 11 days. I'll get there 3-4 days early and then stay 2 or 3 days later. And then I can do something in that town. Because before, I'd get to that town, go straight to the venue, work, go back to the hotel, sleep, and then get on the plane and gone. I never even saw the town that I was in.
I know, right?
So now I've been expanding that. Like if I'm going to go to a convention, I'm going to go for a week or 11 days.
The plan really would be to show up 3 or 4 days early, form a relationship with a local shop with people that are like-minded, service customers there, make money, get the tax deduction for the time, the food, the hotels, and network.
Right.
That's brilliant. I love that. That's not hard to do. There are so many
especially
shops.
when you meet somebody in that town, you meet somebody at the convention that also has a shop in that town, to go that following Tuesday or Wednesday after the convention to their shop and just check it out. Just get to know them. And then next year, maybe you go do a guest spot at their shop for the week leading into that convention or the week after. And so, expanding your network for sure, but also just having some time to just hang out in the hotel watching cartoons if that's what you want to do, or go to the zoo.
Our theory about being on the B team, I was recently explaining that to somebody, and they were like, "Do you guys just think you're not good enough, or what?" And I was like, "No, not at all. We're wonderful, but we haven't exposed ourselves to the level of popularity that other people are. And we're not going to win the popular vote. That's all there is to it. It's nothing wrong with us. There's nothing bad about it. We're great people. We do a great job, and we do great tattoos. But we are just probably never going to get the popular vote. And there's a whole lot of us. And I think in the last 10 years, especially in the last 10 years, tattoos have become less isolated. Tattooers have become more social, especially with each other. It was dog eat dog 10 years ago. You didn't know who you were talking to. You didn't know what the circumstances were going to be revolving around that. Today, it's entirely changed.
What do you do when you're getting burned out, Million? What do you do to reignite that spark?
It depends on what aspect I'm getting burnt out on, because each aspect is going to have a different answer. If I'm getting burnt out on the business side of things, well then, I for the most part will go take a class. But when it comes to art, I like art in general, whether it's designing tattoos or painting anything. I start from the beginning and draw shapes and shade them and draw skulls and shade them and just all the way back to the fundamentals, and just remind myself that I know how to dribble before I shoot a basket. And
what about a creative burnout?
So with creativity, your creativity is part muscle and part bank account. So you have to exercise the muscle of creativity. You have to do it to get better at it. It's like going to the gym. You can push the weight up, but that's not all the exercise. The weight's got to come back down. You got to push it again. Repetition of that creativity. But you also need to fill your creative bank account. If you keep writing bank or creative checks, eventually your account's overdrawn. You need to put something back in there. If what you're doing, if the cartoons you're watching or the fucking horror movies you're watching aren't cutting it, shift it up. Go fucking into a medium that you're not used to. Read a goddamn book. Or I can't read, so I use audiobooks. But then jump into a genre you're not used to. Just give it a shot. You might hate the fucking book, but you might get something out of it. And just keep feeding your creative bank account. You have to keep that. You have to keep making deposits. Just trying something new. The danger of that is that it is the new car, the new stereo, the new puppy. It's the new of it it's something new that you're trying to figure out, and it's not actually helping your creative muscles. It's your dopamine fix.
Mm-hmm.
You're opening that new gift. So while I do encourage people to work in multiple mediums, to just have different outlets that you can take and give from, I'm very leery about people just to keep starting new mediums and of creative outlets. You know, maybe pick one for a year and work on it.
Yeah,
you know, and but then you get your creative bank account full.
I like that.
Ryan, what do you think?
I do crazy shit. Just straight up. I just do fucking crazy, elaborate, psychotic shit all the time. First of all, I've put it into my financial business budget the downtime that we're talking about.
Yeah.
And I will pay the price and pay the piper to do it. I'm not necessarily looking for guidance when I'm doing it, because that doesn't work for me very well. Structured classes are very difficult for me. But because I set a timeline of every month doing something, that helps give me a timeline of what I have to work through. You know, I'm the kind of person that literally counts down the days and the hours to some event. So if I'll have monthly breaks, but I also have quarterly breaks too. So at least once every 3 months, all year round, I've got some kind of a trip planned going somewhere. And being in a different environment and experiencing new stuff is the charge that I need creativity and artistically to give my mind a break.
And that's absolutely a deposit into your creative bank account.
Absolutely. And also, you know, me and my wife made a decision a long time ago to forego standard possessions that people would have for experiences. You know, I don't have 4 cars. I don't have a Lamborghini. I don't have fancy shit like that. You guys know, you've been to my house many, many times. I live in a 1,000 square foot New York style apartment. I have an old beat up Toyota pickup. I don't have expensive things. I just don't. My house is filled with used furniture. I don't do that. I'll forego that and take that money and fly to Versailles in France so that I can go look at art that was done 800 years ago. But that started off small. My logic is this: if you plan a trip every month and the month's not going your way, you can basically kick the shit out of me for 4 weeks. I'll take whatever you throw at me. I'll take 12, 14, 16 hours days. I'll work 20 days in a row. I'll take every bad thing you've got at me, because every time that comes my way, I'm literally in my head going, in 185 hours, I'm going to be in Los Angeles. I'm going to go to La Brea Tar Pits, and then I'm going to have dinner on in Hollywood Boulevard, and then I'm going to go see the Queen Mary, and I'm going to have brunch over there, and then I'm going to Disneyland for 4 days, and then I'm going over to Matt Bott's house to have a barbecue, and then I'm coming home, and then you can kick the shit out of me for another 22 days. Yeah. That's my logic. But in between that time, I'm learning stuff. You know, it's so important. The guys that work for me, I'm constantly like, it's almost like an entourage sometimes, where I'm like, let's all go do this tattoo show, or let's all go to Las Vegas, or let's all go to somewhere. Let's go somewhere. And I even drag you guys along too. Like, and I
You
think
know
if you're
what?
a tattoo artist and you're not experiencing that, I really would encourage you to maybe change your attitude and not be a pussy, put your money where your mouth is, and start fucking doing things. And why are you working so fucking hard? Like, you're just working hard for the sake of working hard, and the reward for hard work is simply more hard work.
Yeah. You're saying, like, if I understand correctly, your advice is just fucking grab your calendar and just fucking
Absolutely.
grab some dates.
Yep.
And make a promise to yourself to do something about it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You have got, and I'm not talking about I'm going to the football game. That ain't going to cut it. You've got to get away. You've got
Something
to get
different.
environment. You have to get completely away from the environment. Don't go in the tattoo shop. Try not to communicate with make a standing order. I have a standing order with my artists. When I'm gone doing my thing, do not call me. Do not give me, where's the checkbook? I don't need that shit. Do not do that. The whole world can burn down. You call me if there's an emergency. That's when you call me.
Yeah.
Schedule time, start getting out of your environment, and that will get you out of your head, and you will find creativity where you see it. Do that every month, and then every quarter, that's every 3 months, you need to be planning a regular trip or something to get the hell out of town. Take your wife, your kids, do it by yourself, and do something that interests you, and go someplace and experience stuff. I go back to the golden rule. Why are you working so hard? You don't have to be on the A team to have an A team lifestyle. That's not a requirement. If no one's told you that, like, you earned it, right? Like, you deserve
Yes, you did.
that. It's okay to do shit like that. There's nothing wrong with it.
No.
There's a lot of tattoo artists that I know that need to hear that. It's okay to do things that are okay. You can have fun, and you can go out and spend money, and you can do that. You can treat yourself. You earned it.
Yeah.
We don't have to punish ourselves anymore.
Absolutely. Just try to make it more substantial than an extra toy.
Absolutely.
Give yourself something to look forward to. Remember when we were kids, we'd always look forward to summer because school was out.
Yeah.
When you're 18, you're looking forward to being 21 because you can go out and drink. When you're 21, you look forward to being 35 so you can run for president. Oh, wait, no, that was just me. Now we're, looking at 68, looking for retirement. Get yourself something in the meantime to look forward to.
I say we wrap it up, guys. I think we've done a good job. If you're on the B team and you're listening to us, and anything we say makes any sense, I hope it helps out and points you in the right direction. Even if it doesn't make sense now, maybe it will when you're on the B team and you're our age and you've been playing this game as long as we have. I'm Riley.
I'm Million.
I'm Garrett. No one
We're the
cares.
B team.
And no
Nobody
one cares.
fucking cares.
Nobody
Nobody
cares.
cares.